Welcome back. We are cooking some delicious meals today. You know, change in the air. It's busy season. Kids go back to school for those of you that have kids. There's just so much going on that I figured we should make some quick and easy meals that are quick and easy, of course, and not takeout. So I am going to whip up some tacos. If you're looking at my clock, yes, it is. Oh, you can't see it. Yeah, you can. It's 10 o'clock in the morning, but today is a bowling day for us. We need to leave in about an hour and 20 minutes. So I figured let's have an early lunch and let's make some tacos. So my plan for this week and maybe tomorrow is to make just quick and easy meals because that's about how much energy I have for meals, but I still want really delicious meals. And of course, like, who's gonna complain about tacos? We love tacos and I don't make them all that often. But I'm thinking I might meal prep the rest of this week's meals tomorrow because I'm not gonna have time to cook probably 3 or 4 of the days this week. And so if I have meals ready to go, then we'll just be able to like eat from our fridge, like meal prep. So we'll have a little bit of tacos. Who knows, maybe I'll make tacos again this week because it's so easy to whip up meat. Probably should have doubled that, but I don't want to double it and then not have like the desire to eat it. But while this is starting to get cooked, let's get all the ingredients prepped. That way it's all ready at the same time. Okay, I got this thing out again because I realized last time that we really enjoyed just pulling this whole thing out of the fridge to have our ingredients. It was so much easier than like pulling out a bag of cheese and opening it and pulling out the thing of tomatoes and opening it. And then, you know, every little piece of the way. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use it again just because it was so convenient for tacos specifically. Take everything out at once, put everything back in at once. I don't need any like ice in it. I think I'm going to put, this is like older cheese. I'm going to put it on top. Oh, I'm a little shaky. I'm hungry. I have only had coffee this morning. It was half calf, but still. Let's see here. And you know, I wanted to buy a head of lettuce. They did not have a head of lettuce. So I bought shredded lettuce, which you know what? Saves me a step. Love that. I love the convenience, you know? Conveniences are always okay to take. I'm gonna fill both of these up because I know we'll go through this pretty quickly. And last time I did this, I had like different things in each and I kept having to refill a few. So I feel like I've narrowed it down to just the things that I have in my house. And we'll get 2 tomatoes in there. Give this a flip. Okay, that is doing well. We need to get a few of these tomatoes washed. Let's see here. How many do I think? Probably all of them, huh? Okay. It's not quite tomato season yet here. It's the beginning of August. I do have these come out a few weeks after I film them, but we won't be getting tomatoes probably till end of September. Let's see. Yeah, probably end of September, maybe a little bit earlier than then. Okay, I'm gonna get these washed and then we'll cut them up. Okay, and for tomatoes, I just like to use like a Dollar Tree steak knife. I find it the easiest. That's like a yucky part. It works the best. So you know what? We're gonna use what works best. Man, am I hungry. You know when you just start getting shaky from being hungry? That's what I'm feeling. It's almost ready. Hello.
Your YouTube shirt, that's awesome.
I figured it's a good bowling shirt.
It's not a bowling shirt.
Well, it doesn't have bowling on it, but it's like a nice, comfy, baggy.
It is a comfy looking shirt.
I'm making tacos.
Yeah. Breakfast tacos?
Dinner, lunch, tacos.
That's good.
Are lunch tacos or dinner tacos a thing? Is it just breakfast tacos or tacos?
Yeah, I think it's just breakfast tacos or tacos.
I'm using this thingy so that we can just pull one thing out.
Hey! Yeah, the big boss.
I like it. I'm gonna check this. All right, almost done, and I'm almost done with the tomato. Well, it's not almost done. I still have to add in the taco seasoning and then let it simmer for a while. So, but it's almost ready for me to do the next step, which is great. So I'm hoping that I can just get all these tomatoes chopped up and then get that in there, let it simmer, and I can be out of the kitchen while it's simmering. Well, my kitchen and my living room, you know, is the same room, so I can be not babysitting it, hopefully. Okay, I need to get out the taco sauce. I need to get out taco shells. Okay, we do have extra sauce if we need it. Let's turn our attention back to the meat. Okay, and if you're wondering, it's been 10 minutes since I started filming. So everything that we've done so far has only taken 10 minutes. Oh, I need to have a lid to cover that, I think, to simmer it. Well, we'll just put it on low. Okay, I'm gonna get it onto low. Get in a packet. That one will work. And I need to add about 1/4 cup of water. Give this a mix. So let me know, what other suggestions do you have for quick and easy meals, especially when you're wanting to avoid eating out? I would love to try them, and I'm kind of low on ideas, so I'm doing this one. This is an obvious one. We don't typically do spaghetti, but maybe I'll do that, or maybe not, because it's not something that we typically make. But yeah, let me know. Okay, I need to let this just simmer for a little bit, and then we will be eating. It's taco time. Let me know down below, what ingredients do you like to put on your tacos, and also what order do you put the ingredients on your tacos? My husband and I differ with the cheese. I like to put the cheese on top so it stays cold, and he likes to put it on the meat so it melts, but I don't want melted cheese on my taco. So I always go meat and then sauce, and then lettuce and tomato. And sometimes I do sour cream with the sauce, and sometimes I don't. We don't have sour cream today. I have Greek yogurt. So I'm debating on if I want to do that or not. Maybe I'll do it on one of them. I feel like we'll see how this goes. You know, Greek yogurt's a good substitute. I'm just not sure if it's a good substitute in tacos. Okay, let's see. Lettuce, tomato, cheese. Whoa, all over the counter. That's okay. And yes, using my hands. It's just our family. I cook with my hands. It's fine. It is fine. Greek yogurt is fine. Perfect. Okay, see you later. It's the next day, and I'm going to do some more meal prepping. Yesterday after we got home, I just rested. I made a little bit of candy just for fun. But then I've just been resting this whole weekend. That's what this weekend's about. Since I'm in the middle of such a busy time, I find it important to take time to rest. So we already ate through all of that taco meat, and I decided to make 2 more things. I am going to get fajita chicken made, and that's it. We'll use all of that same stuff that we prepped yesterday. So the lettuce, tomato, and cheese will already be ready for us. I did have to order some tortillas, so those will be here at some point today. So maybe we'll have this first. I'm also going to cook up just like a hamburger helper, but homemade. So let's get these on. And then while these start to cook, I need to cut up an onion. I'm only going to put half of the onion in there. We'll just save the other half. Should I dice it first? I probably should dice it and then save it, so it's more convenient. Okay, let's get some salt and pepper on these, and I still need to get out all of the ingredients. Actually, this I'm going to just do the fajita seasoning. It's pretty salty on its own. Let's see. I need to look up what all we need. I know that we need tomato sauce, but they have some in my fridge that I need to use up, so that's good. So I'm going to get out all the ingredients. Okay, this is going so fast. I feel like I'm struggling to keep up, which is good because I'm not trying to be in the kitchen all day. I'm just trying to get some meals done and then go back to relaxing. I did lower the heat quite a bit here, and I got everything out that we're going to need, except for garlic. I need to grab garlic still. Before I go grab that garlic though, let's get in the rest of the seasonings that I missed. So seasoned salt's going in, which hopefully that won't be too salty. Actually, it'll be fine because it's all the pasta. And then some smoked paprika and garlic powder. So grab that garlic. Oops. And I forgot the Italian seasonings because I don't have any in my little container, so I'll have to get that refilled. This doesn't call for Worcestershire, I don't think. I only quickly read over the recipe, but I would like to add it regardless. So get this open. I'm going to add a little bit of flour to act as a thickener. And we want to cook all of that raw flour taste out. And then we're going to get added in some broth and then our noodles, also our sauce, our tomato sauce. I think that might need a little bit more seasoning. I usually over season it, so I'm trying to not do that, but I also don't want it under seasoned. Okay, let's add in whatever was left of our tomato sauce. And some stock or broth. And then I want this to come up to a boil, and we can add our pasta in. I'm going to turn that heat actually up to get that warmed through. Now, one of my goals while this is all cooking is I want to refill my spices. I know I have quite a few that were out, so I need to get these ones refilled. Okay, we are about up to a boil here. I'm going to get our pasta added. And this needs about 12 to 15 minutes. So during that time, luckily, I've got some dishes that need to be put away. So I'm just going to get this down to a simmer and let it simmer away for the next 12 to 15 minutes. There's 3 minutes left on the timer. I want to get this chicken into here. It's been sitting for you know, a few minutes. I did take it off the heat a while ago. Then I can clean this pan. I did get everything else done. Dishes are out of the dishwasher. Dishwasher is reloaded. Okay, that one's done. I did give this one mix just so you weren't having stickage. So let's do that again. We're getting close. But I find that pasta takes significantly longer to cook than the package always says, so we'll see. We still have 2 minutes. We'll let it continue to go and then we'll check it. Of course, we have all of these goodies still. This is just how I stick it in my fridge and it's super convenient. So we'll be able to just pull all this out. We're using the Greek yogurt like the sour cream. That worked out really well yesterday. And then something else that I did yesterday that I did not film is I refilled a little bit of my candies. So I did a little bit more of these Oreo clusters, like cookies and cream. And I used a new mold that has some fun shapes in it. This is like a fudge type of thing, but I'm sure it's gonna be too hard. A lot of weird things happened. I didn't film it, but like I tried mixing caramel and chocolate together and it seized up really quickly, and then I realized my caramel that I had was mainly sweetened condensed milk, and I thought perhaps maybe I was making fudge because sweetened condensed milk and chocolate is fudge, so it still tastes good, but it might dry out really fast. And then I made these ones. These are delicious. This is just like the coffee creams that I made, and if you haven't seen that video, I have it members first until December because that's when I find most people like candy content, but you're welcome to go watch it now. I made coffee creams and I made these caramels. So what I did here was I did the coffee and the caramel inside of one with some new molds, and I really enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun yesterday to do that. So I'm gonna close these back up. And these are the last 2 ingredients that we need to add, some cheese and some heavy whipping cream. Happy Saturday. I had some fun making candy today. I didn't film it, but I wanted to show you how cute these little candies turned out. I used up the same caramel and the same coffee creams as last time, but I put both of them inside of a bigger mold. So these are caramel coffee creams with the cute little white drizzle on top. And oh my gosh, you guys, these are so delicious. I got these new molds recently from Hobby Lobby, and this is the very first time that I'm using it. So I had to, of course, record me taking them out of the mold, and they are just so stinking cute and delicious. I hope you're having a great weekend, and I'll see you soon. The timer just went off, and I'm sure these are not cooked yet, but we will taste them to see. It said 12 to 15, but also I might need more liquid if I go 15. Definitely not cooked yet. However, I do need to add heavy cream, so that'll be our extra liquid, I think. And then might as well add some cheese and let it all cook together. Flavor is good. Thinking I might need a little extra liquid though, even with that cream. I don't know. Okay, what goes back on? I'm gonna give it, I think, 2.5 minutes. Okay, the timer just went off again. Giving this a stir. Oh, it looks fantastic. This is like a cheeseburger mac was the recipe that I used, and it looks perfect. The only vegetable in here is an onion, but such is life. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, a little bit tougher, kind of like how it usually is. Well, okay, it's cooked, but I think I would like it a little bit more cooked. I'm gonna decide on that. I might just let it sit like this because it looks really good, tastes really good. Maybe it just needs a few minutes to just sit there. So here's what this is looking like. Our meal prep for the week along with this. Okay, I did just add a little bit more water in there just to get it a little bit more cooked. I like them to be a little softer than they currently are, even though they currently taste exactly how they are when you get like the boxed, what is this called? Hamburger helper. They taste like that kind of consistency, but I want them just a tad bit softer. So we did it. These are going to be 2 meals that'll get us through for a few days. This probably won't get us through the full 4 days that I'm thinking, but I have 1 day in there that I might be able to cook. If not, I do have tons of freezer meals, so I could just pop a freezer meal in the oven, or we could put one on the grill. So here's our meal prep for the week. Thanks so much for being here. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. I'd love to see you. If you're interested in more meal prep videos, I'll pop them up over here, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.